but I will just say, I think this position absolutely sucks for black. Like, it looks like on every board, black is about to get squeezed. And it's happening here too.
Hey Levi, that's exactly the idea that I just suggested. And that just completely sucks for black. It's totally the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's exactly right. And actually, this is more information for Keimer.
Who, by the way, still has not made a move.
Who has not moved. He's watching these games develop and he's going, damn, I shouldn't do that.
I think he sees it too. He's like, this is just, every move feels bad for black.
So he should just sit for 30 minutes and not make a move and just see everything else being played out?
I mean, yeah, who's gonna end up in the best position? I'm gonna go their way.
Shot clock on move 1, 2, and 3 in this format. You have to make your first move within 5 minutes. You already got 10 minutes.
I like it.
You already got, what are you doing? Make a move. You know
Okay.
Now, he might play the Dutch. Like, he might just straight up play d4, f5 because he realizes that, and we'll get to that game, he realizes this is not what you can do. A spatial disadvantage like this just simply isn't good in the long run. And already Magnus has ideas like knight to e3 here, which targets that pawn, gambits the pawn in the center, and he can very easily win it back because black's knight can't defend the pawn. Like, normally you have a knight that can go to the f6 square. That's not possible now. Also, bishop to g4 almost traps a queen.
I was just going to say that I think is the big one here, right? That we suddenly realize the queen has got no squares. So not only pawn takes pawn, you have this deadly pin here, but even if the f-pawn was to move forward, hitting that knight, I think this would be a very, very strong move coming in after black's f4 if the knight did jump forward.
This just looks like a bad King's Indian structure.
Hey, connect 4.
Yes. Because in the King's Indian defense, black has this gigantic pawn wall, actually the exact same one, but the queen for black is usually a bishop, and also white's king is generally already castled on the right side of the board. None of these conditions are met, so black's light-scored bishop, and even dark-scored bishop, are completely not conducive to the pawn structure, and white has more space pointed at the black king. If black can somehow, by some miracle, develop all of the pieces and castle the king to the right side of the board, it's going to be fine. But, I mean, yeah, visually, I would hate to play this as black. However, guys, what we see frequently is that if you let the computer think for a while, it actually does go back to being equal, and it finds a way. But early days here, I really don't like black's position.
And, I mean, here basically, Tanya, you know, this f5 pawn push that you mentioned is very, very logical. I should mention Sindarov's got one move extra compared to Abdusattorov because he's played this pawn push in one move. Abdusattorov pushed his pawn just one square, so if he later pushes it again, he gets the exact same kind of slightly dubious position that Sindarov has, just with one less move, so it's even worse for Nodebek, whose game we checked out a moment ago. Definitely feels like Magnus, Hikaru, with these pawn pushes to the gain of space, they're already in the driver's seat.
last few moves here before
I
this
bet
game
King
concludes.
F6 will be on the board.
Out of
Peter?
desperation.
Already for the sake of the fun sake, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's so unbelievable what Nicholas showed us about not getting checkmated so easily after Queen F3, King G5, Queen G3, King H6.
Yeah, that is a total shocker.
I mean, what is that? That is not winning. I mean,
It feels like they changed the rules of chess, yeah?
yeah, they did, but not on this degree.
Yes, what do we have there? Yeah, and there is the handshake, yeah. Enough is enough. A wonderful win by Magnus, winning the match 2-0. Showing incredible sportsmanship there, taking back the move for Sindarov. And then mercilessly, with excellent precision, goes on to win.
This is so typical by Magnus.
And goes on to win.
This is so typical by Magnus. He has to make only a draw to win the match, but he plays the game, and if he sees and experiences and feels that the position is much better and he should be winning, he is not compromising to make a draw, but he goes all the way and he wants to win the game until the very last moment. Even at the very end, probably he got already a little bit tired and he could say that, okay, let's go perpetuate check and move on, and I take my score, but he did not.
Maybe he knows something that we don't, that there will be some freestyle chess rating soon. And then all the games will be calculated, so he wants to cash in.
No, he just likes to win, I think.
Of course.
And that's it. That was the last game.
That was the last game.
And that
Actually, maybe if we will have a little chance then to see the finish of the Gukesh Alireza game, because it looked like there were